Good morning, good morning. Hello, happy Friday, everyone. Ah, yesterday, last night specifically was the last Node.js meetup in that I was running. And oh man, it was so good. And the stream shut down when my power went out, which is unfortunate. Also, I was recording to my desktop and not to Zoom Cloud, which meant that got disrupted too. So I ended up missing Berto's React part and the very end of Cass's view, where she was showing the component API, I think, side of Vue 3. We got all of Kyle's Ember though, so maybe a tiny bit of silver lining, but also pretty unfortunate. I'll try to like capture those together and put them on YouTube of like whatever I have left. But I'm a bit bummed out about that. Like I couldn't watch it either. I was like, not only was I had no power, I had like a very low cell signal. Like I didn't have LTE. I had like whatever, like 1 bar equivalent. It was pretty bad. So, instead, I'm looking forward to just focusing on some asteroids today and not thinking about that because that was a bummer. And talking about asteroids, what we have right now. What we have right now is, come on, you can run. Oh, right, I need to run this in release mode these days. If anybody chats in, yeah, that's no problem. So if anybody chats, says like something like, hello, they appear in here with their colors that they set. So I've changed myself to red. And right now, everybody starts with a UFO. So if I destroy all of these, this platform, oh, Epic Blarg, hello, is gonna fire at the closest UFO and destroy it instantaneously. But then stop firing and everything else is like my job again. So what I want to do today is figure out a way for us to allow you in chat to change the firing strategy that you have. We have 3 of them. So let's see about that. I'm thinking so we have this like handle chat message, but in the main library, when we get started, we get this send to chat and we can send anything that we want to chat here. So for example, we could tell chat, so we could say, send to chat dot send. You're going to be a string, so we can send something like asteroids game online, join in by chatting. Okay, so you have a result, so I can just do that. I could do another send to chat. Send available strategies. And let's try doing hash so it's not picked up by the other like the chat bot. Let's see. Hash asteroid hash UFO, then hash random. So if I do that, as soon as we launch this game, Oh, and you need to be strings. Owned or to string, sure. Oh, and you're not compatible. Okay. And we'll unwrap you. All right, so now let's run this, and we should get a message into chat. Asteroids game online, join in by chatting. Available strategies, asteroid, UFO, random. Nice. So now we can just say like, hello, we're in the game. We could also do, okay, we haven't implemented like the ability to change our strategy yet. So that's the thing. Oh, you're still that. How do I change you? I want you to be capture. I don't know if that's gonna capture it properly. I guess not. Okay, well, oh, there it goes. Okay, it just took a little bit of time for it to come in. All right, so I want to, in the handled chat messages, I want to also like get what this message is, not just the fact that somebody had a message. So here we go. We get the message. Okay, so message equals, let okay message. We return that message. We're able to get the chatter name from the message. Okay, so that's great. And then we probably want the actual message itself. And I think we can do that. So if we debug message, I think it's something like message.message. Oh, I need you below this. Okay. So we send those messages out. I'm glad it doesn't catch its own messages there. Can do test in here. Okay, yeah, it is going to be message.message. Okay, so we have like the message wrapper and then the actual command, like the, so we're gonna want the command out of here, and I think we could do that as like an enum. We could probably put that just straight up here because I don't think anybody else is gonna care about this. That being said, there's a lot of things in here now, so maybe we should put this in a helper. We could put in chat commands. Chat command, rs. Okay, so the chat command that we care about here is going to be asteroid, UFO, random, or none. Because it's, you know, obviously something else. Which means I can impl on chat command. So we could basically create a constructor here for this. So I don't know if I want like new, but so like, oh, we can do something like from a string, like from the actual chat message. So maybe from like a message. We're gonna get the message in, which is, we know it's a string, but we can actually just pass in a stir. I don't think it matters at all. And we're gonna return a chat command. So given that, I want to strip off, well, it's interesting because I have a couple different ways that I could go about doing this. I could also just say, if you say anything, if you say UFO, asteroid, or random in the middle of your sentence, you're switching over your strategy. That could be interesting because, yeah, I don't know. We could try that, see how it feels. Can I search? Can I find? Like, is there an includes in message? Can I do something like message dot includes? No, I don't have that. Is there a find? Return the byte index to the first character of the string slice that matches the pattern. The pattern can be a stir, char, a slice of chars, or... Oh, okay. So... find... Oh, okay. That works. All right. So... let's see. How do I want to do this then? I want to search for... There's nothing in here. Let's see. There's nothing in here that like matches with it. So I think I want to make it all lowercase. So if I do message dot to lowercase, and then we can do a find. But I don't think I can do a find with like an or anything else. I don't think that would help me anyways. So what I can do is let, we can shadow this message. So let message equals message.to lowercase. Then then we can just do a couple ifs in here. So if message.find, our pattern can just be a stir. So if that's asteroid, and you're gonna give me an option. So if it's gonna be a none if it finds something, and it's gonna be a sum if it does find something. So, oh, okay, then we can just do an if let. If let sum, I don't really care about you, equals, like if we find something, that's all I care about, equals asteroid. Then I want to return self asteroid. Now, if we don't find anything at all, I don't think I need that semicolon here. But if we don't find anything at all, we want to return a chat command, none. Oh, okay, consider using isSum. Oh, I hadn't even thought about that. Okay, so I don't have a... Okay, so if message defined is sum, then we return an asteroid. Otherwise, we return none. So then we can use this from message here. So then if I want the command equals chat command from message, and then it's going to be a reference to the message.message. Are you using option as a return value? Not exactly. So I'm going to have command has an arm of none. So it can be none here. So basically what I'm saying is, okay, find out if asteroid is in here, then it will turn an option. I'll just check to see if it's has something in it, and if it does, return this self asteroid. And then I can do the same thing for UFO and random, and then no matter what, if it doesn't find anything, return a none. And so that one, it's not really an option, it's one of several. But being this command, then I want to be able to, we have to check that the platform exists. Okay, insert platform into the world. It might be nice to, okay, we can throw the command in here too. This is going to spawn the entity with the firing strategy. So we can put this command in here. So we can give you a command. So you're going to be a chat command. How do you define chat command? Actually, now that I think about it, I don't really need a chat command, do I? I need just a firing strategy. So if I change you to firing strategy, and you're going to be a platform firing strategy, you can then just be the firing strategy to string up here. Okay, so then I want to change you into firing strategy. So then I need to change this out. How did I define it? I defined chat command like this. That being said, I don't think I need this anymore. I think that in here, I really just need firing strategies. Yeah, it's an enum. So I have this from string that takes in, well, this is very close to what I have. So I'm also going to want a function from like message. And the message is also going to be a stir. And we're going to return a self. So then we're going to do the same thing here. So if, let's see. Well, I guess first we shadow the message. So that message equals message dot to lowercase. I guess that converts into a string too. Then we can do if message dot find has like random, is sum, then we're going to return self random. And if you think about this, I don't need to do random at all because anything that's not this Oh, I see what my problem is here. I don't necessarily want to actually go out and like do the query if I'm like, I don't want to force you to like become random. Now, if I do something like this, if we search for hash random, but that could be anywhere in your message. If you have a hash random, then we're returning random. Which means in this case, this will have to be an option. An option with a self inside. So that works. I'm not sure a good way that I can like iterate through this and actually like, because this is a lot of manual work that's like very similar to each other. So like if you're asteroid is sum turn self what's this asteroid message find UFO Okay, otherwise we'll return a none. All right, so back here. So we're gonna get, I'm not gonna do this with chat command. I'm going back and forth. Like I don't know. It feels like, because I could also do fire and strategy, get the chat command from here, and then convert that into a firing strategy when we're inserting the platform into the world. This is interesting. Okay, so at this point in time, we know platform exists, change firing strategy if necessary. But down here, it's platform doesn't exist, create platform with provided firing strategy. So in this case, if the firing strategy is none, we want it to be random at this point. However, up here, so you're a chat command. Right here, if the platform exists, then we want to convert the chat command to a firing strategy and then change that. So I kind of would want to come here. Not have a from message, but instead have this be a from chat command. So this would be a command, chat command. I don't. You're still a potential of a none. You're still a potential of a none. So I still want to do this option self here. But now instead of this, we're going to do a match on the command. Then if it's an asteroid, a UFO, or random, we're going to return a sum, a self, closest asteroid. Sum, self, UFO. King Milo, hello. Sum, self, random. And then a none. So we convert, like we're converting this over into like this platform, the firing strategy from the command. Okay, so then back to here, here's how we can use this. We're gonna get our chat command. If the platform exists, we need to then get the new firing strategy. So let firing strategy equals firing strategy from chat command, and we give it the chat command. Little late there, can't stay for too long. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello though. Okay, so this is an option. Only if the firing strategy is a sum do I want to try to change the firing strategy. So we can do an if let. So if let sum firing strategy equals get this, that gives us our firing strategy. Then I probably want like a helper or a function down here to change fire. Then we can just do like change firing strategy. So what would we need? We would need a reference to the world. Oh, I wonder if that's gonna be a problem here. Maybe. It's just a reference to it, so we might be okay. And the compiler doesn't think we're mutating it. So multiple readers is usually okay. But it might also yell at us quite a bit. Because like we've loaned it out to someone, and we're also trying to use it inside that. Although that being the case, this should exit first. This should exit into a Boolean, and then this should fire afterwards. So we should be okay. Okay, so change firing strategy. We need the world, and we need the new firing strategy. So we need the new firing strategy. And then we need to know who this is. Because if the platform exists, I feel like we need like the ID to get this here. So if we do like if let some, and we can get the ID equals this. Now you don't return an option, you return a result and a bool. So that you would have to be, we would need to change you. Which I think that's fine. So this becomes like an if let some ID. We can get the entity ID off of here. Let's just be explicit. This is the entity ID equals, okay, we're gonna check if platform exists. Pass it in the world and the chatter name. So if it does exist, and it kind of doesn't make sense for me to do 2 queries in a row just to like, okay, if you exist, then do another query to like update the firing strategy. I'm right here, I'm doing the query. Maybe we don't need to do this at all. Maybe we can just do, it's not gonna be check if platform exists, it's gonna be update platform firing strategy. Pass in the world, pass in the chatter name, pass in a reference to the chat command. Or we could just do this from chat command and throw this in here. So if I, that, what made you thought that was a good idea? Okay. Want to do from chat command. From chat command and pass it in chat command. Now we're gonna have to implement copy and clone on it, I believe. So if that return is an is some, so if it's something that comes back, then platform exists. We don't need to do this at all. We're done now. So can I possibly? No. I guess that makes sense. This is weird though. From, why are you doing from chat command? You are chat command from message. There we go. Oh, we already have the chat command here, don't we? We could just pass in the chat command then. And then it will convert over itself. That's what its job is going to be. Okay, so update platform firing strategy. And then we have this firing strategy down here, which once again, maybe it can convert that over, or we could do that too. Like if you get down to this point, we can get the firing strategy at this point in time. So that, interesting, okay. So I'll worry about that in a second. Okay, so we're gonna do update platform firing strategy first. So check if platform exists becomes updates platform firing strategy. We take in the world, we take in the message, and we take in the reference to the chat command. We're going to return a result with an option. And I don't really care what's in there. It's just, I want an easy, like, you know, something or nothing. Okay, so you should be yelling at me that I'm not, oh, angle brackets. That. Okay, so you're gonna yell at me that we need to reset you essentially. But okay, we're gonna do a query for the chatter name, but we're also gonna query in here names, and this is gonna be our platform firing strategy string. Okay, so then we have our chatter names, our firing strategies. We loop through to find the chatter name in here. If we found the chatter name, we're right here at this point in time. This, we're going to return a none if we have not found the player. So we're going to turn it okay, none. In here, however, if we found the player, time for us to update the firing strategy. So we need to convert the command into an actual firing strategy. Split. All right. Strategy equals these are platform fire strategies from chat command. From chat command, and we have to give it a dereferenced command. That's going to give us an option here. So I don't necessarily want to unwrap it, but I do, I guess we want to do an if let here. Feels, if let some firing strategy equals, and then we get this out because it can be a none in here. So based upon, so if there's a firing strategy from this, okay, you know what we can do to make this a little bit I still don't, well, I guess we can set it equal to this. Let firing strategy equals, we're going to return the firing strategy. Otherwise, we're going to return, we found the player, but we're not changing the firing strategy. So we're returning an okay and a sum, like that. But at this point, on this horizontal indentation, we now have the firing strategy, and we're able to move forward without having to like get into option hell. Okay, I mean we're kind of in horizontal hell here, but not that bad at least. Okay, so we have our firing strategy now. we can now update that firing strategy. So we need the index here. And our chatter name, so chatter names, iter.enumerate. So we need to grab out the firing strategies. Now, firing strategy is not, this is going to be the new firing strategy. So that firing strategy is going to be a data wrapper with a string. It's going to be equal to firing strategies of index. We're going to cast that. So we're going to get that out, and then we should be able to dereference. You need to be mutable. Dereference firing strategy. We're going to borrow mute and set you equal to the new firing strategy dot toString. Peyton Rules raiding with a party of 2. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. B Porter, good morning. Have you all made it past the gauntlet of advertisements? You hope so? Awesome. Okay. Oh, this isn't working yet. This isn't working yet. I can't do it. Remove you. Would that make you happy? Kind of makes you happy. Oh, I need to set specifically which one you are, and then we can play. So what is this? Let's give everyone... Oh, okay. I don't think we haven't set this up yet, so I can't actually have us play the asteroid game yet. We're so close. We're so close. So instead, we're gonna play the Get the Streamer game. So we're really close to making like a replacement, so we have another game to play. What happened? Unexpected end of file. Well, that's interesting. I haven't changed you, but maybe did that just crash? Interesting. When I ran that, it crashed my my Asteroids game, and then it crashed itself. So apparently, I can only have one of those up at a time. Interesting. I didn't realize I had that limitation on my my game there. Ah! Have my hands on the right keys. Okay, now I'm ready. Oh, you're... Okay, that I did not bring it very well there. But thank you, Josh Finney, Epic Blarg, and B Porter for killing me really quickly. Let's play that again. So I put my fingers not on ASD, and then I was like, why can't I move? Yeah, it turns out moving left and right is important for this game. All right, let's try it. Let's try it again. We'll see if I can last more than 10 seconds. Sure. Yeah, I know. I should. I was thinking that having made this for a what is it called? What am I thinking of? Oh man, it's so hard to concentrate on talking at the same time. There's so many things. Oh, Oh man, I was in the corner, I couldn't get out. Okay, I think I lasted 15 seconds, so yay. But yeah, like I was thinking about a controller maybe for that. That would be great. It would be a lot easier, I think, too. But I've only barely understood like how to properly add controllers into GGEZ games. I'm thinking though, like that eventually I might want to switch over to like something like Godot or Godot. Still don't know how I want to pronounce that properly. And when Bevy is ready, maybe Bevy would be good too. All right, for the game that we're currently working on, it's an Asteroids clone, where I can play around with the player in the center just like normal, but any chat message into chat will spawn a platform that you could control by changing your firing strategies. We have 3 to begin with. You can fire at the UFO, you can fire at the closest asteroid, or you can fire at just randomly. And you can't hit me, it's a collaborative game. So we then see if we can, how many points and like how far we can get. So far, I've made it to max 7th level. And then just everything is, I die. So what I'm doing here, why are you upset? Okay, from chat command. Let's take you out. All right, so what was I doing? I think we have it so that we update the platform firing strategy. We send you out. Now, when we enter into the platform here, let's do a platform firing strategy. Let's do UFO to begin with. 2 string. Okay, so we're going to start you off with a UFO firing strategy. Down here. Okay, so what are you upset about? Cannot move this because it needs to implement the copy command. So in chat commands, let's go ahead and derive clone copy. You don't need to be mutable apparently. That's cool. So let's see if this works. We cargo run. Now, if we just, any chat command whatsoever is going to spawn a platform in. So if I just do hello, there I am. I'm in here. And I don't fire. But I am going to fire at the, so if I destroy this, we go to level 2. It will fire at the UFO. All of you will. Come on. If I have good aim. There it goes. Did the UFO just die? I have the points of a UFO. I think the UFO spawned over one of you and then it just killed it instantaneously. But what I want to have happen is then you can put a message in saying something like random. And then I want that to start me firing random, which that did not work. So random asteroid. Oh, okay, asteroid worked. So now I'm firing at the closest asteroid. UFO. Okay, I can't do that. So the 3 firing strategies are random, UFO, and asteroid. It looks like asteroid is the only one I can do. Just interesting. To control my character, I do have to be clicked into the window. So if I click out to chat, that could destroy me. And so this way we can collaborate together and we can try to win. And yeah, when I don't have this in release mode, it's not happy. It gets very unhappy very quickly. Level 3 is where it starts getting a little bit not great. I have that small window up on the right. So the idea is like, okay, guys, protect me. I'm going to keep on coding. Peyton rules, you're jealous, and not just because you had the same little boy running in place for like a month. Oh, well, thank you. I've been trying to think about like the projects that I'm making in the context of chat interaction. Like what things can I do so it's, especially when we get rated, I want like something new every, like, you know, every couple of months, as opposed to we're always doing the get the streamer game forevermore, because that's going to get boring eventually. Even if people really do and like it, it will eventually get boring. But we need to figure out what's going on with this. So we're starting everybody with the UFO, which starts them not firing, so which is cool. But then, and they fire the UFO, so at least they do something. But what do I want to do here? We update the platform strategy, firing strategy. We knew that this worked because we were able to get to the, we were able to switch to, what is it called? We were able to switch to the asteroid firing strategy. So that worked. So what are you? Platform firing strategy at this point in time. We then return this firing strategy, which we get here, and then we set you here. So I'm actually kind of curious. If I do a debug on a reference to the new firing strategy, which you're not going to work because you need to implement debug. That should make you happy. Okay. Did I die? Oh, game over. We got 1,160 points and level 5. Nice. The other thing is this, oh, and B Porter, yes, Get the Streamer Game is not boring for you. The other thing is, Get the Streamer Game kind of does need a minimum number of people who are like playing at the same time to have it be fun. There's been a couple times where I got raided and like nobody played. Cause like even after the raid, the viewership was like 4 or 5, and that's not enough for Get the Streamer Game. But it might be perfect for the Asteroids because it doesn't actually need anybody participating. Pretzel Rocks even joins it. which can like make it fun and maybe help people like decide if they want to like participate or not. But at least I can play through. So I want to run this again, but now we should be able to get a debug message whenever somebody tries to change their firing strategy. Okay, so we got that message. I'm gonna say hello, bring myself in, or okay, or that. And then I'm gonna try to change to, I'm already on UFO, so I'm gonna try to change to random. Nothing. But if I change to asteroid, we get to closest asteroid. Okay, so I did random. So first of all, in chat command, well, here's a problem. Our chat command only tracks asteroids, so of course it's not going to find that. So if message find UFO is some turn self UFO message. This feels like it would be perfect for a macro as well. Find random is some turn self random. Otherwise, we return none. Okay, so I think that's actually what my problem was. So, how am I in there twice? That feels wrong. That we may have added another bug here, but let's try this now. I should be able to switch to a random, an asteroid, or a UFO. So if I do hello, that brings me in, and then if I just type UFO, that should. Well, that's interesting. I can get in here twice, but not that. Okay, so if I type asteroid. Okay, strange. If I do a successful command, I get another one of these. Also, you're not. And if I do random, you just all start firing randomly then. So it's kind of working, except I'm getting new platforms in. So what's happening here? We loop through here, update the platform firing strategy. Okay, so for loop. Okay. If we find the firing strategy in here, then when we're done with this, we want to also return an okay, some like that. I think if we do this one, we're not going to generate a new one with a successful command. So now if I do hello, let's do random. I start firing randomly. I don't get a new one. I then see that there's an asteroid coming towards me and I want to shoot that. So I'm going to do asteroid. And now I'm firing at that, which won't help because he won't get in time. And then I can go back to random. All right, and so then this depends upon, like, random isn't super helpful, but if there's a lot of people in here, it could be helpful. Why didn't that first one work? Good. Asteroid, same spelling, but one with a hash and one that didn't. Okay, so if I go back to UFO for myself, okay, that didn't change you. If I switch to random with a hash, okay, that worked. If I do hash asteroid, okay, that worked too. Well, why didn't yours work? It's spelled the same. I don't know, it's weird because it worked for mine. I don't know, there might be some kind of bug in there. Okay, so we have this, and then the last thing is, if you have a message, if you put a firing strategy in your message, so if you have something like, if you just say asteroid from the beginning, we want you to spawn in with the asteroid firing strategy. So that's insert into platform here. We want to take in the chat command here too. So we have the update, we pass in a reference to the chat command. I want to now take in and insert platform and strategy. I want the chat, the command here to be a reference to chat command. At this point, I can just take ownership of it. It doesn't matter. We also implement clone and copy. So if we take in the chat command, I then need to convert this over. So then we can do let firing strategy is equal to platform firing strategy from chat command. We're gonna have to make this and if let some strategy equals you. Okay, so we have this platform fire strategy. If you're a sum, that means that's the firing strategy we want. So we're just gonna return the strategy. But if you're a none, I want to do a platform firing strategy random. So you're just gonna fire randomly. And then here, we can do a firing strategy .toString. And then we want chat command. Okay, no errors. So did game over? We gamed over. 293 points, not very many. Okay, let's try again. Cargo run. So if I come in and I say, I want to just, I want to say like, hi, shoot at asteroid. And it could even be shoot at asteroids. And it just comes in automatically shooting at asteroids. Nice. But if you just send a chat message and it has nothing to do, it doesn't have the word asteroid, UFO, or anything else, it's going to just shoot randomly. So this is, I think this is working out really well. And then I can play while you help me. So this does get a little bit wonky. Once we get to like level 3 or so, but what I can do is launch the, I want to take care of these warning messages, and then let's play the game for real in release mode. Okay, so you want them to have an all uppercase because they are globals. That's true. So our player layer, enemy layer. So you're going to be upset because you don't know how to find that anymore. So your player layer. You are an enemy layer. You're an enemy layer. What? Oh, I'm holding control down, not shift. You're an enemy layer. You are an enemy layer. Also an enemy layer. Almost done. Okay, then player layer. Okay, field is never read. Send to chat. That is true. I'm not exactly sure when I want to send to chat, but I kind of want the ability to do that. Can I like... I could basically have like Warren dead coat. Can I just do that just for this one? I'm also okay with just this warning also. Until like we eventually have some kind of message coming back like you shot, oh, I probably want to do something like you successfully updated your firing strategy. I probably want to respond when you do that for good feedback. So I want to leave that in there to remind me to do that. All right, how about you? Velocity is never used. Right, so this is our fire bullets from platforms. I'm not trying to like trace the bullets anymore. We totally could do that though. We can like put this back in, and instead of scalar of like 100, we could go back to 50. And I think it'll be closer to actually hitting them. Okay, so does player exist? This can be if player is sum. Return okay true, otherwise return okay false. We're not using this key code. And we're not using this size, so I don't need you. If that's the case, I don't think I need this size either. Actually, you know what I want to do? I do want this size. But I want to use you. Instead of just a magic number of like 50 here, I want this based upon the size of the asteroid. So if the distance point at length is less than maybe size times 2, so we need to do a dereferenced size borrow times 2. All right, no more warnings. So I can close all these windows down. And let's go ahead and try this out in release mode. So cargo run release. All right, so I'm automatically in the game. Oh, Pretzel Rocks, thank you so much for joining. And Chantilly Cake, hello. I'm gonna join in too. I'm gonna put myself in asteroid mode. Just because I want that extra help. So anybody who's joined very recently, you can now change your firing strategy. Just type the word asteroid, UFO, or random. And it will change you to fire. So Chantilly, you changed to be a UFO firing mode. You're only gonna fire at the UFO and not fire at anything else. So that's, I guess, an easy way to like not fire. Oh man, I died. I love the fact that I spawned in near the center just by accident, but now I can just hang out here and I should be fine. Josh Finney, thank you also for helping me out with this. Oh man, not completely. Okay, I should actually help out here. All right, level 5. Oh, okay. I got 3 lives left. Have to be careful. Level 6. Now everything's moving really fast. Are we gonna get to, I think we're gonna get to level 7. Oh my gosh, they're coming so fast. It's really hard for me to see which ones I need to shoot at. And there's so many bullets on the screen too. We made it to level 8. This is the highest score we've had. This is insane. just lost 2 lives instantaneously because I have auto respawn on. So I just died almost instantaneously there. But okay, that's really cool, and everything works. We got 3,763 points. Oh man, that's perfect. So things left to sort of do. I want feedback into chat when you load into the game. I want to like just say like, hey, you've loaded in with a random strategy. You can switch over to then like display the strategies you could switch to. I want to maybe at the end of the game put in like, oh, congratulations, you know, we reached level 8 and got the score. Let's see. And then I want sound effects. I don't know about music. I don't actually own any music that I know of that I can put in here. It also has to be safe for Twitch VODs and YouTube. So if any of you have any suggestions, let me know. But sound effects too. So like we could have, I don't know what I could do that won't just sound crazy, but like maybe pew pew sounds for the lasers, or the guns or bullets or whatever they are, torpedoes, and destruction sounds for the asteroids when they blow up. And then I think we can call it like version 1.0 done. You missed the latest updates. Can you give a summary? Yes. The latest updates of the summary. So we have people can spawn in, like, I know you know this, people can spawn in by just chatting in messages, but you can also now change your firing strategy by just typing the firing strategy. It can just be in a sentence too. So you can just type in, I want to fire at asteroids, and it looks for the word asteroid, and then that works. Let's see. I think it works with mixed caps too. So that we can change if you're firing at the asteroids, at the UFO, or randomly. Let's see. I spawn in automatically again, so I have to like be on top of my game, or I have to, or you all have to help me out, and we have to have lots of people in chat. Yeah, no, it was surprisingly quick. It was a couple false starts this morning to figure it out, but after that, it just came in and nice and quickly. Oh, and if you don't, you can spawn in with a firing strategy to begin with if your initial message includes a firing strategy keyword. Otherwise, you come in with a random firing strategy, which is fine, but you're not going to hit very many asteroids until we get to like this level. Then you'll probably be fine hitting tons of asteroids. And I don't want to have a per player score here. The plan with this game is it's purely collaborative. We're all working together to get as high a score as possible, and that's it. It's chat and me. And me is like not really worth much. So for example, if I started this again, I want this to like be something where I can like, oh, I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just going to hang out here and chat with you, and you need to protect my player. So I could come in and I'm going to put in an asteroid. And I'll start firing. I might even do some other stuff, and you can see the game happening above me, or we can all hang out and chat here too. And then it's like, protect me, keep me alive. The aim is a little bit off still. That could still be played around with. But I like it. I think it's gonna be fun. And if there's enough people here, it'll be fine. Oh, I already died. I could probably properly figure out like where the asteroid is going to be and fire at it, But as some of you have suggested, having a perfect aim might not be fun, but it's something we can play around with. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and bring the YouTube part of this video down to a close. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. We still have a little bit of work left to do here, but we're so close to the end. So with that, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.